What is up, knife community? This is Blade Love coming at you from the Sharpest Edge, and you are with me in the man cave. And today's video is going to be an answer to Rich Huff's question about how to sharpen a serrated blade. But before I get into that, I want to show you the different kinds and types of serrated blades that you can find out there, and also the anatomy of it. So check this out, and I'll be right back with you in a moment. So when sharpening your serrated blade, it can be a very scary and daunting task, because a lot of knife owners are very nervous about this part, because you can screw up a knife. But if you're careful and you follow these steps, you won't have to worry about that. Now, I'm just checking this one here for you guys as a demo. This is an FGX knife that's actually of polymer, and you can see the beveled edge with the serrations. When we get into it, the deep parts in the serrations are called gullets. The high parts are peaks, and of course this is the beveled edge, and then on the other side is the flat side. Now, when you sharpen serrated knives, you sharpen from the beveled edge. You also sharpen away from the blade, this way, this way, this way, this way. Never sharpen back and forth. For obvious reasons, you're putting your finger and yourself in danger of getting cut. Okay? Usually it takes about 5 or 6 runs for each gullet, depending on how many gullets you have. And once you're done with making sure that the gullets are perfectly to where you want them, you can take a whetstone and just do a slight polish on the non-beveled side. Very short strokes just to get rid of the burrs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare my shop, and we're going to actually do this example together so I can demonstrate with you exactly how that I sharpen serrated blades. So I'll be back with you in a moment. So here we are down in the shop, and I made a nice tidy little workplace. Whoever has a shop realizes how difficult it is to make a tidy little workspace, but I have one set up, and I'm going to turn this camera around and get rolling and see what we got so far to work with. So the knife I had been using for the demonstration was just really for direction. This particular FGX one from the Cold Steel design. The knife that I'm actually going to be working with today is the CRKT Kiss. You can see serrated edges there, and they're not feeling so good. They need a little bit of a fresh up, as does the blade. So the equipment that I have right now is my stone, which is a fine whetstone. Believe it or not, a Craftsman USA. That's hard to come by these days. And I have 2 of my best friends, original mini crock sticks for serrated knives, and one of my all-time favorite, the PLS 190 lubricating oil general purpose preservative for the stone when I check out and clean off the burrs from the polishing and from the sharpening. So One more thing, and it hasn't arrived yet, and I'm waiting for it, is actually a serrated sharpener that's coming through Amazon and supposed to be here within like 2 minutes. So bear with me, guys. I'll be back in a moment to check on it. So here it is, the Cold Steel Stylus Knife Sharpener. And what you do is you loosen this portion, you pull it out, tighten up this head point here. And as you can see, it has a larger serration sharpener, smaller, and then an angled one for the small, real small pieces. So it'll be interesting to work with this next one. So we'll get started with this beautiful piece here. And I'm going to look at the sharpening edge here. I think I'm going to use the medium for these. I think that can set in nicely. Ooh, that's a nice pass. Two, three, 4, 5. Go back up to that first one. I only did 1 there. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm doing the largest ones on the CRKT right now. Then you switch to the smaller version. You go to this very angled one. You see that one there? So I'll go to the small one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. What I'll do is I'll finish this because there's quite a few, and I'll be right back. But so far, it has been making a difference. Be right back. Just 5 passes, and what a difference it has already made in the feel. Now I'm going to touch up the blade itself, and how you can do that use the rounded edge here. Didn't take too much there to do. That's got a nice edge on it. Now let's take the burrs off. Now the one thing you do not have to do is go crazy with this. Just a simple 2 passes. Let me just wipe it off. Not bad. Edge is good and sharp. Didn't take too much for this particular one. Now, if you have a knife that is particularly dull, you're going to have to do more than 4 or 5 runs. But this one wasn't bad at all. And I'll tell you, this was a rather impressive tool because I didn't have to use anything but my stone here to just take the burrs. So that is what you want to do when you are working with a serrated knife. You don't want to take too much material. Do not force it. Do not overdo it. 5 or 6 passes at a time. You'll see it go from a dull look to a nice sharp look. And it really did work. I was shocked that stick would do so well so fast in such a little time, but it is 600 grit, I believe. The stone is 1,000. So I'm really thinking I'm liking this cold steel stylus. Now I was prepared just in case. I have several kits. I have a Gerber kit as well. The Gerber kit comes with the stone, Gerber oil, and of course diamond blade polisher. So I've used that quite a few times in the shop. I'm kind of old school, so this is this little guy that I got just today from Amazon. It's kind of new to me. So, all right, so I'll be back with a few thoughts. So hopefully that'll give you an overview of what you can do to sharpen your serrated edges. So I hope you enjoyed that brief video about sharpening the serrations of blades. It was a very simple video. It's something I've been doing for years, and it looks a lot easier than it is. That particular knife didn't require much maintenance because all my knives are properly maintained all the time. So even my most used knives are still sharp and require just a little touch up here and there. But that is basically it for this video. So I just wanted to thank you for dropping by my shop. And I hope you all have a wonderful week and a wonderful weekend. Actually, I think we're up to the weekend now. So this has been Blade Love from the Sharpest Edge. Thank you for joining me in my shop. And always remember, be good to yourselves. And most importantly, be good to one another. Take care. Bye for now. You got the sharpest edges I've ever seen.